What's going on, everybody? It is the Beast 93 back here with you on Lone Oak at Yellowhammer Farms. And I believe that our wheat, oh, it ain't ready yet. Dad blasted, I thought it was gonna be ready today. Nope, we got one more day. It'll be ready tomorrow. But let's see. A few things have changed since the last time I seen you guys. I have rearranged my garage a little bit. I'm going to show you what has happened since the last time I seen you. If you notice now, we got two Magnums instead of a quad track. So I was looking at the hours. If you look here at the Magnum that we bought not long ago, I've had it for 34 days and it's got 33 and a half hours on it. I'm getting my use out of it, about an hour a day, pretty much. The Vulture's got 4.1 hours on it, and it's on its 4th day. This one obviously ain't gonna have it much because it's at the sheep farm. The quad track I had for, man, I think 10, 15 days, and it didn't have much on it, which, I use it, strictly for harvest, to pull the grain cart. But I decided, we got the Magnum or the Vulture that we can use to pull the grain cart. But the main reason I sold it is because I needed some more slot space, and I'm fixing to show you why. The other day, let's see hold on just a minute. What else did I sell? I sold a cultivator. I bought a potato harvester. I traded out a couple of my tippers. This one wasn't but 5 slots, and the one that I had was 9. The one that I had at the sheep was, I believe it was 8 slots, and I traded it out for this one, and it's only 6,000 less liters than what the other one was. And I think my sheep, they eat about, when they get in the orange, I can fill them up with about 12,000 liters, I believe. Sold one of the cultivators. What else? I bought a lowboy. And that right there is all I'm going to show you right this minute. Before we do anything else, let's check the animals. What are they looking like? Cows are okay. Sheep are okay. Oh, I do need to jump over and show you what our wool's looking like. Pigs are a little low on corn. But first, before we do that, let's go right over here. And you might notice something a little different. Or a couple things right off the bat here that's different. One thing being that we now have a orange silo instead of a silver. And I bought an additional forage and chip silo. That's not all. I came in here and just completely, redone the whole yard. And I have to say, I like the way it's set up, but this ain't the important part here. I'll tell you the reason I bought this this extra forage silo. And my original silo here, I was getting down to like 180,000 liters of TMR. Okay, so I went and cut fields. Let's see here. I went and cut hay off of field 16 and field 24. Jump the gate. This is all the bales that I got out of 16 and 24. Well, I had sugar. The main reason I had the silver one is for my sugar beets, because I was doing, 3 or 4 fields of sugar beets, and I had like, I think almost 500,000 liters of sugar beets in that other silo. So I emptied it out, and I'll show you in a minute what I've done with them. And I was just about to sell it, but I said, you know what, I better go back through here and check just to make sure I ain't got nothing else in here. And I pulled my trailer up under the pipe, and scrolling through there, and I get to TMR, and lo and behold, I had almost 800,000 liters of TMR in there, and I had no idea that it was in there, and I almost sold it. But yeah, so I bought this other silo and got rid of most of the TMR. I actually got all the TMR into both of those silos, and those hold 500,000, so I got, roughly a million liters of TMR now. But I thought I was low, so I went and done a boatload of bales. But what I decided to do, since we're going to be doing grain contracts and stuff like that, I decided to buy this, and because I can put all of my grain crops in here, when I have overflow, because the main silo only holds 300,000. Well, 300,000 with the 2 additional small silo extensions. It holds 300,000. This holds 800,000, which, I don't think I'll ever get that much because I don't plant all my fields at one time. But, when I start getting contracts or stuff like that, I can put all my overflow in here, and this will be my contract bin pretty much. So when somebody says, hey man, I need, a truckload of corn, I can, come right over here and load up with it. Instead of taking out of my money silos, this will be my overflow / contract silo, if that makes sense. And if you might notice, I got rid of some of the big trees. Well, actually most all of them. I think I put 2 or 3 more back, but I went with the small medium birches on the side of the path here, and I put 2 additional shelters. That right there is for my headers, this right here is for my trailers. And then something interesting happened. I had a guy contact me. I take it back. A guy contacted Farmer Men up here at Manning's, and I was up there the other day checking on my planter. And I'll get back more to that here in just a minute. And he said, hey, Yellowhammer, he said, do you got any fruit trees on your farm? And I said, no, sir. I said, no, I ain't got none. Uh, I hadn't really thought about it. He said, well, we just got some fresh orange and apple trees, saplings in, and well, I guess you can't say saplings because you just put them in whole. But anyway, he said, I got some if you might be interested. I said, yeah, man, that sounds good. We'll give it a try, see how it goes. Because I've never used the fruit trees. I've never planted fruit trees. So here we go. We got us a little orchard back here. I came through here and plowed and disced all this up. If you remember, at one time this was a drive-through for my headers before, and I had it covered in pig food, but I ended up deleting that and coming back over with the roller and rolling it. But I decided to come in here and just cut it all up. And we planted this little orchard here. We got I believe I got 5 orange trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 orange trees, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 apple trees. And and my slot count was getting low anyway, so that's why I had to sell a bunch of stuff, and I was just looking at different things. And I came in, decided to plant some of the small birch trees in here, and I fenced them off separate, just kind of for decorations. I got another road through here that goes from the silos and the shipping shed, comes right over here to this. If anybody watches Mr. Aussie's stream, Mr. and Mrs. Aussie's stream, you know Mr. Aussie really likes sugar beets. So I was talking to him, and we came to an agreement. I got the land, he's got the business. So now we got Mr. and Mrs. Aussie's root crop sales. Mostly sugar beets, but they said they'll take potatoes too. So now we got an additional sale point for our root crops, and if you look here, the price is significantly better than Hollister sugar beets. And then over here we got a storage bin for our sugar beets. Mr. Aussie said he'd be in contact with me, when they was getting on a low supply. He'd give me a call or send me an email and let me know, and then we could start supplying them with the sugar beets. That tree's the same. I didn't mess with that tree. Over here I added just kind of a small picnic area, just for decoration, just doing something different, covering ground. But yeah, that's about all the changes I've made to Yellowhammer Farms. I've planted some trees right here as well. We got the fence that goes all the way around here, and the new silo. But let's have a look here. I missed something a while ago. Planters. That's what I was going to talk to you about. So I know, we was talking during planting season, and I said, we was gonna go. We're just gonna go all organic. And I said we're gonna plant oilseed radish and use slurry and manure and just the fertilizer in the planters. Well, I have decided that we're gonna go, just all organic this upcoming year. And the planters I'm going with, I think I'm gonna go with the Lincoln Solitaire 12. It's a bit smaller than the Condor by a couple of meters, but it's okay. It's also a lot cheaper too, so I'm gonna buy a couple of them next year, after harvest, see what we get money wise for our crops. But yeah, man, we just a lot of changes I've made around here since the last time I seen you. And I do apologize for the lacking of the videos. But anyway, the next thing we gotta do is we gotta jump in our semi and go to the store. I've got a couple purchases up there I need to pick up. So if y'all hang tight, I'll see y'all here in just a little bit. Alright. Here we are. I have to make a couple of trips, but that won't be too bad. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. And if you notice here, I went with the smaller sugar beet harvester here. But I went with the HR12 header. I mean, this one here only holds 30,000 liters compared to the bigger one that holds 45,000. This one only holds 30. But I mean, for what we got, it's perfect. It ain't gotta have nothing super huge. I mean, it costs as much as the daggone big one, but I have to do what we got here. I was contemplating on renting all this stuff, but man, I'm just tired of renting this stuff every year. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well go. We might as well go ahead and own it. The way I look at it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's pull around here and get the sugar beet harvest loaded up. Yeah, we're gonna have to extend the deck out here. Oh, I love this old truck here. probably ain't good for the back axles there on the trailer. But we got plenty of room there. I'll have to have a police escort because of the header. But that's okay. But anyway, I'm gonna get this stuff delivered back to the farm, and as soon as I do that, I'll be back to talk with you guys here just a little bit. And we made it back. Wish I could say in one piece, but we made it back. Had to stop a couple of times because of some issues, but everything seems to be okay. But while I was up there at Manning's, loading my harvesters up and finalizing paperwork and stuff like that, one of the city council members here in Lone Oak came up and we started talking, and a while back I done some work for them right up the road here. I'll show you on the map real quick where we done the work at, and then we'll ride up there and look on the way to the right here. All this right here we cleaned out for them. They hired me. I think they paid us $10,000, and we went in and we cleared all the trees and stumps and stuff out. I say all of them. We got what we could, because they was they was interfering with the power lines. So they contracted us out to do that. So that's what we did. And he called me a while ago and said, hey, we want you to plant, we want you to come up there and plow that land up, and plow that land up for us, and plant, make that one big, make it all grass. I said, okay, I can do that. Not exactly sure what they're gonna do with it. I mean, it's a $4,500 contract. I mean, money's money, right? And I still gotta pay that $43,000 for that planter that I don't even own anymore. But I'm gonna look more into that and find out exactly what they want to do there. And we'll go from there. But yeah, today's video is gonna be kind of sort of short. I looked at my my calendar wrong there. I was thinking that today crops was gonna be ready. We could start harvesting, but that's not till tomorrow. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park this big rig. We'll jump in the pickup truck, and I'll meet y'all up there at this little area that they're wanting us to plow up, and then from there we'll go to the sheep farm, and I'll show you our wool progression, and we'll go from there. But y'all just hang tight, and I'll be back with you here in just a little bit. Oh yeah, there was another thing I forgot to mention too. If you remember back from some of my earlier videos, when I was actually it was my my farm tour video, I believe, that I had the gooseneck trailer in there for hauling hay bales. I sold it just because it was sitting there not being used, and we just bought the big semi bale trailer. So I got rid of it, and I also got rid of my seed tender truck. And I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start leasing a truck for seed tendering, just because, you know, it don't do nothing but sit most of the year, and it just costs me money. Probably don't use it but maybe two or three days out of the year. Well, I suppose on uh, we'll just say about a month. Real time, about a month. Oh, I done passed where we was going. Sitting here talking. But yeah, this right here is that area that we cleared out for them. These bushes here I could never get. I tried several different things. I mean, maybe we can get it with a tractor, I don't know. It just, something about the trees on this map, man, they don't like to cooperate. But we're gonna plow this up and dist it out. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what they want to do. I mean, I don't care what they do with it, really. I mean, $4,500 is $4,500 for maybe an hour and a half worth of work, really. He didn't say anything about planting, which I can't plant anyway because I don't have a planter. But that's where we stand with this area. But what it was, all these trees that was right here were growing, and they were catching into the power lines and all that good stuff. But we're gonna jump over here to the sheep farm, and I'll show you the wool situation. So y'all just hang tight. And this is what our sheep situation looks like here. The wool prices right now is garbage. It's done bottomed out at $62.93 per liter, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pallets on right now, and they're still producing wool. So we're looking at, it's gonna be a big load going down to the green oak wool. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed the video, leave us a like. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the series so far. If you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy.